It's not like the crowd would have been alerted had he been walking around with body armor, explosives, and 100 additional rounds. Reports say, put a helmet on his head. Reports say police were parked about, 20 meters away from where he was. And they had a command post for their snipers inside the building where he was on the roof. Let's assume that our handtrooper had to carry that weapon a little farther than that. I hope. He's probably parked right next door to the cops. Let's assume that nobody noticed a 3-foot rifle with a 16-inch barrel until he's up on the roof. Really? Did he descend from heaven? Did the aliens freaking send him? Okay. How does he get here with all this gear? And nobody notices anything until it's showtime. What's the plan? It didn't quite go the way it went in his head. They say he had purchased, 50 rounds of ammunition and a ladder from Home Depot a few days before. That's the one behind the trees in the photo? No, boss. They say he didn't use it. Maybe he had some home repair that he had to do. It was only about 5 feet, but maybe it could have given him a boost to get on the roof. This kid could have constructed a deer stand. Nobody would have noticed it. They say he gained access to the rooftop, however, by climbing onto the building's air conditioning system and hoisting himself up. Boss, not until 5 hours after the whole incident, the dad reported his son missing. That doesn't quite add up, though. It's not even 24 hours. And the dad was claiming he thought his son had gone to the shooting range with his weapon and would be returning around 1, but didn't. I don't know. Maybe he saw the news, thought it might be good to have an alibi. But apparently the kid had gone to the range to practice shooting not long before the event. Police investigators had discovered 2 improvised explosive devices in his car, along with the bulletproof vest and 3 fully loaded magazines. Nearly 100 rounds of additional ammunition for those loaded magazines. They have no idea where that fit into the plan. Was he supposed to go to work on that Saturday, though? He told his boss he had something important to do, and but would be returning on Sunday. Maybe he planned to get away. Okay. A lot of conflicting communications here, going places other than where folks are now saying our perp said he was going, but it's not like dead men can tell any tales. So that's a he said, she said for now. Who knows? But we do know what? We know that he attended this rally. It was in all the papers, which means he had to know it was going to happen. Had to have that for his plan. Whatever in the world that went in his head. We know what? He made at least some ammo purchases. He had a rangefinder and his dad's AR-15. His dad's AR-15. Like father, like son. We also have some improvised explosives. The explosive devices apparently used a type of a radio control system for initiating fireworks displays. I think a single hand transmitter can broadcast signal to maybe multiple small receivers, and it's in a current to an electric match. A wire with a pyrotechnic compound on one end. That goes on to produce a small flame to ignite the firework, and bam! Fortunately, the kid made 2 of these devices with ammunition cans, one metal and one plastic, and each had a cardboard tube inside, filled with these noxious gray powder. Each cardboard tube had the head of an electric match inserted, very intricate, and these were connected to a radio receiver unit. Alpha Fire is the trade name for the receivers, made by RF Remote Tech. A company based in Guangzhou, China. about 600 miles from Wuhan, if that matters. They cost about $200 and can initiate fireworks from a distance of about, looks like 6,500 feet. Shrapnel? Doesn't say, just small pellets. But the description suggests the presence of fertilizer, which is often packaged in a pellet form. Nitromethane is sometimes used as fuel in race cars and can be purchased online, boss. I don't know. Maybe you want to create a diversion. But all we have here is a bunch of receivers, two in the car and one in his residence, and no reports about a transmitter. Who has a transmitter? Receivers are useless without a freaking transmitter. Went around all the receivers in the world. What's he gonna do? Wait till somebody blows him up? And the kid is receiving packages for months. Police said they found another bulletproof vest at his residence, in addition to another remote-controlled explosive device and a 3D printer. For several months, they say he had been receiving multiple packages, including some marked as possibly containing hazardous materials. The two devices found in the car were almost identical in construction. Cardboard tube filled with a gray powder, small pellets, giving off an odor of nitromethane. But still, wait. They had to construct the bleachers, install the lights, do all that preparation. You think maybe this kid was planning for months and then they just decided to hold the rally in his town? Or maybe I got an early tip. Wouldn't that be a lucky sign? All the stars aligned. CBS reported at first a rally on July 10th. They were talking about it. And still, at that time, the exact location was not officially known. You want to impress me with a miracle? Put his head back on. Have him tell us how he got up on that roof, walked around the rally with a 3-foot weapon, and nobody noticed until he was there. This doesn't sound quite right. Somebody is not saying something, or somebody's not looking at something. No criminal background, no mental problems, and all of a sudden one day some kid who doesn't make the rifle team in high school is going to a range weeks before an event, popping off his dad's AR-15 and up on a roof. Wait, his dad's a Christian Democrat. Why does he even have an AR-15 and an arsenal? They say he began shooting after police tried to approach him from the front, climbing up onto the roof. Cop was coming up, hung onto the roof, and then let go. Wait, they tried to approach a dude on a roof with an AR-15 from the front? What were they thinking? And we have 10 seconds of gunfire and Maggie's drawers and high school shooter decides to be Outie Murphy to take a man's head off? What's not wrong with this picture?
So what's next, boss? Where do we go?
I don't know. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? All of a sudden, 11 o'clock, Dad is calling, talking about his son being missing too early. I think I'd want to bring the dad back in. Let's get some questions. I want to know about his arsenal. I want to know about all this stuff, why he doesn't know about what's going on with his son. Hey, boss, maybe you could make an appointment to see a psychologist. Very funny. Stick to your day job. This message was approved by Major Mike Webb. Honest. This has been a Filmways presentation, darling.
And y'all go back now. Yeah.
Here's something, boss. The kid was bullied for wearing camouflage hunting outfits and surgical masks to school. Before our pandemic or after? Quite a few kids fell into that category, running around with masks on that don't work. Bleeping one-ply cotton, impervious to microbial penetration. What kind of sense does that make? Some parents apparently even petitioned to make these kids wear these diapers on their faces in a pandemic. He enjoyed playing chess, and video games. Quite the stud muffin. It says he was learning how to program computers. Anything else on our young Zaccheus before he's up there in the sycamore tree? Gonna kick the dust of that tiny town off his feet and see the world, right? Now, a funny thing happened on the way to the farm, didn't it?
Wait, boss. Our shooter had tried out for his school's rifle team, but he failed the tryout because of a poor aim. Like an Oswald shooter, Major.
Sure, but on game day, our not quite big man on campus, BMOC, decides he's Audie Murphy and tries to take off a man's head with a headshot. Not a body shot at less than 200 meters. What range do we have on this target? 120 to 150 meters? That's a shot an expert or sharpshooter could make in basic training. Hell, a 22 out of 40 hits knucklehead private is going to hit that stationary target. 150 meters. Stop it. With no rangefinder or a scope, no need to calculate windage, not at that distance. If he was that good, he wouldn't have to be that close. This is not exactly the jackal on a water tower kind of guy. And he obviously doesn't think he is, or he wouldn't be that close. Boss, reports say the suspect got ID'd at security around 1500 hours, 3 o'clock, 3 hours before the event. Trying to go through the magnetometer with rangefinder. No weapon. Not detained, but it alerted security to put a lookout on him. That put him on the radar. Margo, what? Magnetometer, boss? Metal detector? Why don't you just say so? Keep it simple. I haven't had my coffee yet. But I saw that. Coffee help. He's a chess player. He may be looking to be put in check by somebody else coming in, intervening, refereeing the game until the game is over. Not quite checkmate, just check long enough to be overcome by events. Minimal compliance with a poorly executed plan. Looking for an escape, no way out. But they let him go. I'll get back to that. We already have some scrawny kid walking around at an outdoor event with an assault rifle and nobody sees him until he's on the freaking roof.